All right, college football fans, this is the week. This is our week, college football fans. This is amazing. Let's run it down. Let's hit the highlights. 3 MAC games on Tuesday. Then Thursday night, the 1 college football games. It doesn't matter for a championship, but it's a good one. Texas A&M taking on LSU. They have battled it out in recent years in the SEC Western Division. Okay, on Friday, games that mean something. At noon, Houston, Memphis, big game in the American. At 2:30, it buys you some time. Arkansas, Mizzou, not playing for much. Arkansas for an 8-4 record, but that buys you to 3:30. Then it's the Apple Cup, Washington State for the Pac-12 North Championship. All the marbles on the table for the conference championship game. At 3:30, Nebraska, Iowa. May mean something depending on what happens elsewhere in the Big Ten Western Division on Saturday. That will be a good one. Always enjoy that game. And if you get bored during the commercial breaks, and I don't imagine how you could because there's like 20 games on Friday, you check out what Charlie Strong's doing and if he's in fact on the sideline when Texas takes on TCU. Arizona State, not a big game this year, not a huge game, but a traditional rivalry. I love the traditional rivalries, even if both teams are awful. And in this one, Arizona State has to win to become bowl eligible. Okay, get serious on Saturday. At noon, consider, I'm counting 7 traditional rivalry games, including the Old Oaken Bucket, including Lamar Jackson taking on Kentucky, and including Virginia Tech taking on Virginia and the Hokies needing to win to guarantee a Coastal Division championship and a spot in the ACC title game, but none other at noon than the game. Number 2, Ohio State hosting number 3, Michigan, for most likely a college football playoff spot. And then that takes us right into 3:30, which means a whole lot, depending on the outcome of the Ohio State-Michigan game. If Michigan wins, they control its own destiny. 3:30 is Michigan State and Penn State. And then if Ohio State wins, Penn State needs to win to make it to the Big Ten title game. Also at 3:30, you've got the Egg Bowl. You've got Notre Dame, USC. And of course, the Irish are awful, but it means a whole lot for USC in maintaining about a 2% chance of making it to the college football playoff. Doesn't factor into the Pac-12, but it's a hot team in USC, and it's, man, you talk about tradition-rich USC and Notre Dame. And then at 3:30, you also have, to complete what we talked about with Nebraska and Iowa, the battle for Paul Bunyan's axe, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Badgers win, they've got the championship in the Western Division. If Minnesota wins, then it could be fun, because that could pave the way for Nebraska. Or if Iowa wins, you've got a 4-way tie for first place in the Western Division in the Big Ten. At 7:30, Colorado could make its way to the Pac-12 championship game with a win over Utah. Otherwise, USC goes to the Pac-12 championship game. So that's a huge game. Florida State doesn't mean a whole lot, but it's athletes all over the place, and it's Florida State, and the Gators still have a slim hope of getting to the college football playoff as well. Really, the only disappointment the entire weekend is that there's no big late-night game on Saturday night. I'm usually looking for an Arizona State or a Civil War game or something on that Saturday night, but everything else is played earlier, so we've got the mini Holy War. I guess if you're that desperate at that point, I'm going to be eyes bugging at that point. You got BYU taking on 3-8 Utah State. I love this. This is it, and it brings us right into championship week and then right into bowl season, and it gets no better for a college football fan. What game do you have to see? Give me your top 3, your top 5. I've got to see Ohio State, Michigan play. Washington State, I will somehow DVR that one and get that one done. I love watching Nebraska, Iowa play. It's a burgeoning rivalry in the Big Ten. The Iron Bowl, of course, even though it means nothing this year, the SEC on both sides sewn up. So many games to look forward to. Wisconsin, Minnesota means a whole lot as well. All right, let's hear about it from you right here, college football fans, on Mark Rogers TV.